just in case the number gets very, very busy. So at a later stage, we'll be able to bring you on. Mr. Hamoonga, let me bring your attention to a story that a lot of people have been talking about right now, involving the death of Mr. Enoch Kasengele. A lot of the people know this story involving suspects as Miss Maria Zalomis, or the Z farmer, her husband, and also the co-accused. The postmortem of Enoch Kasengele's found blunt force, head injury, brain contusion, and brain edema. What I wanted to find out is, where do investigators believe these injuries sustained? Was it before police contact? Was it during transit, or whilst in custody? And also, what forensic evidence supports the conclusion?
Okay, thank you very much. Investigations in that matter are ongoing. We are having, of course, and the forensic pathologist findings are part of that inquiry, which I've just mentioned. At this stage, of course, it would be premature for me to conclude exactly the injuries where they were sustained. However, investigators are carefully analyzing available evidence, including eyewitness statements, forensic timeline, to establish where the injuries occurred, whether they were before, during, or after police interaction. The public, of course, will be updated once the conclusive results are established. So, like I said, investigations are ongoing, and definitely, like you rightly said, that we give timely updates. So as soon as investigations are done, we'll be able to chart the way forward and give a conclusive directive or statement to that effect. We shall wait to hear the update, yes, on that. Of course, in the same vein, we want to appeal to members of the public to remain calm and give us time to follow the due process of the law. Because you see, when such a crime happens, there is a lot that has to be. Otherwise, if you rush a case to court, you end up just getting, people just getting acquitted. For instance, we have what is called scene reconstruction. We have to reconstruct the scene, how it happened. When somebody is narrating, we have to go on the scene and reconstruct the scene, how it happened, and ABC, and even take pictures, so that when we go to court, we have a solid, tight evidence case to prove our matter beyond reasonable doubt. So, in the same story, and I follow you and I agree with you, we shall wait to hear from you at the time when everything is given to us. 4 suspects were apprehended, and later Miss Maria Zalomis, or the Z farmer, her husband, were also detained. The question is, why were these later detentions not made at the same time as the first arrests? And also, what new evidence triggered the later arrests? Okay, the law requires that arrests are based on reasonable suspicion, supported by evidence, of course. So you don't just arrest someone because people are saying arrest this person, You have to look for evidence linking that person to that. Okay? So the initial arrests were made against suspects who were initially linked to the alleged crime. Okay? So as the investigations progressed, additional evidence emerged. And that was which led to the detention of the other persons, of course, and afterward done our investigations. So like I said earlier on, arrests, they are not just made on outcries, no. Because they're not going to have the people that are making these pronouncements in court to adduce evidence. So you must first of all collect evidence that is linking to that person. At times, people may assume that what you are seeing in the public domain, even the police is seeing it. You might not be having access to that. Okay, maybe you're in a WhatsApp group where you are just close there, you are sharing things, and because you have seen it, you assume that even the police has seen it. No. So certain evidence, when we look at it also, we test it to see whether it's genuine or it's not. With the advent of AI now, you have to ensure that you look at the evidence whether it's genuine. Yes, something hasn't been made up. Yeah. Beyond reasonable doubt. Once that is proven, then you get that evidence and then you can use it against somebody for prosecution purposes. So I hear you. You're saying that evidence has to come up for some people to be arrested. What particular evidence came up for those people to be arrested later on after? Well, of course, it's the evidence that's linking them to the incident. And like I'm saying, we cannot conclusively say that as of now because the investigations are ongoing. So like I said earlier on, as soon as investigations are done, we'll be able to give an official position of their status, whether we have formally charged them or have not charged them. Once we do that, we'll be able to come back to the nation and update them and say, this case, so-and-so and so-and-so has been formally charged for whatever offense that could link them in relation to the evidence that we have managed to gather.
So right now, none of the suspects has been charged?
Not yet. Investigations are ongoing. So as soon as we are done, we'll be able to give the statement. Like the last statement we gave, as it is. Of course, investigations have been going on, and as soon as we're able to conclude our investigations, we'll be able to give a finality to that matter.
There's another question I wanted to ask, but since the investigations are still ongoing, I'll skip it. But also, given the public outcry and allegations that the Z farmer may have political protection, I want to find out from the police point of view, what specific transparency steps will the Zambia police commit to avoid appearing biased?
First of all, we are aware of those public concerns. Okay, to promote transparency, the Zambia Police Service will ensure that investigations are conducted professionally, evidence-based, and subject to prosecutorial oversight, of course, by the NPA. Okay, we update the public, of course, through the press briefings that we do, and our actions are open for judicial review. So whatever we do, we don't just do it in secrecy. We do it in the public domain. And like I said earlier on, our investigations, we look at the evidence that is available, not the outcry. Because you're not going to take a case in court because some people have been complaining. You have to look at the evidence that is linking the person that is being involved.
Yeah, the evidence that is linking the person to the crime.
The evidence is overwhelming, and you look at it, well, it's enough evidence to prove a case. We arrest that person, we submit the docket for perusal. You know that prosecution in this country is not done by the police. It's the NPA that does, National Prosecution Authority. So we submit the docket to NPA. If the NPA also look at it and say, well, there's overwhelming evidence for this crime that has been committed, then the case goes to court. So it's not upon the police only to decide for the matter to go to court. We do the part of investigations and arrest that person. We take the docket to NPA.
Mm-hmm.
NPA looks at the peruse it, they look at the case, in relation to evidence that we have gathered, whether that case can stand the test of time in court, then the case goes to court. If the NPS says or the DPP says, no, this matter there's no sufficient evidence, go back and look for evidence. If you can't find it, then
there's nothing you can do about it. There are two numbers on the screen. You could give us a call right now and of course talk to Zambia Police Public Relations Officer, Mr. Ray Hamoonga. If you have any contribution or any question on things that are being discussed right now, you could give us that call and of course talk to Mr. Hamoonga. He'll be glad to be able to, conversate with you. Several pornographic videos involving Zambian nationals go viral almost every week. I'm not going to confess that I was watching one yesterday, but obviously every week we see people talk about these things. What is being done to discourage people from recording themselves?
Of course, we as Zambia Police Service are concerned with that, what is going on, and we have continued to sensitize the public on the dangers of self-recording or intimate content. Mm-hmm. Once such material is shared online, control is not it's lost. Okay. So victims, of course, they suffer irreparable damage because once that thing goes on, you suffer psychological harm and also something that you cannot retract. They say that once it's online, you can't take it back.
You can't.
Yeah, so our message remains, please do not record yourself. Okay? As preventive is the best precaution measure to do.
Yes.
So if you don't do that, then it means you are well protected. But now let me be categorical here. I know people have been time and again. I do also have time to look at the comments that people do pass. Now, some people pass these comments out of ignorance. Okay. Now, in our laws in this country, when it comes to pornographic materials, it says that possession, okay, is an offense. Production is an offense. Circulation is an offense.
So possession.
Yes. So if you have a video.
So production,
yes.
Possession, and circulation. Exactly. All of them are offenses.
Yes. So you are just as good as the person who has produced it, because it's in the way it's couched in our laws. If you have the video, you also commit the same offense as someone who's possessing it and who's also circulating it.
So, quick question. I'm in a WhatsApp group with Sianene and Ray Hamoonga and myself, and then who can I say? Somebody in the group shares that in the group. Am I also implicated?
How of course, if you have it on your phone, yes, if you find that you're having it and you find that you have opened it, it means you are possessing it. So the best you can do yourself is, if you see such a thing, is to what? To delete it.
Delete it.
Yes, because you have not intentionally wanted to have it. It was just been sent to you. But of course, the person that has sent it already
circulation
is facing 2 counts. No, 2. Because for him to send it circulate, he must have possessed it. So it is going to be charged for possession as well as circulation.
How long are these charges attractive? 5 years.
5 years, yes. Very serious offense. So people should not be playing around with these things. When I'm sending, they'll say no.
In the last 1 year or 2 years, has anybody gone in for circulation and possession?
Well, of course, that's the thing. Like I need to take. But of course, we have taken people to court. But of course, like I said earlier on, previously it was very easy for us to follow up this case because the case were before we were prosecuting ourselves.
Yes.
The prosecutorial aspect of it has been now taken to NPA. So maybe NPA will be able to give us.
Or NPA will be able to give that aspect.
Yes, in terms of convictions that matter. But of course, we continue to urge members of the public that please do not record yourself, because one, even if you record yourself, you say no, it's just for personal use. Nowadays, with the advent of these smartphones, just at the click of the button, that thing will go.
So tell me, when I'm recording myself with my woman or my wife or whoever, I'm recording myself. That act of recording ourselves, is it a crime?
Yes, that's producing.
For personal use?
That's producing. Production of
even without sending it anywhere.
No, yes.
Just production for us to watch ourselves.
So
it's a crime.
Find it, we are going to charge you for 2 offenses: production and possession.
Production and possession.
Yes, because you have it now and you produce it. So we are going to prove, because once we have found that you're possessing, then we find out who would have produced it. Then it's you who's the producer.
So, legally married couple, they are not allowed to film themselves, to produce.
Production.
There's a number on the screen. Please, you can give us a call and talk to Mr. Ray Hamoonga if you have got any question or any contribution. Let's see how we can have a conversation. So now, what steps are the police, in collaboration with, for instance, ZICTA, taking to address the increasing circulation of immoral and pornographic content online?
Well, of course, as Zambia Police Service, we have been working hand in hand with ZICTA to ensure that we monitor and trace, as well as take down harmful content on the space, on the cyberspace.
Yes.
We have had joint operations just to ensure that we conduct and apprehend individuals that are circulating these obscene materials. Public awareness campaigns, of course, have been going on, just like these ones, and even on various. Sorry
to cut you short. My producer says there's a caller, so let's use the headsets and talk to the public. Hi there. Good morning. Hi there, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay. Hi there.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Your name and where you calling us from?
Yeah, this is Aaron Nyirenda within Lusaka.
Mr. Nyirenda within Lusaka.
Yes, sir. Good morning to the officer there. So not much familiar with the language.
No, you have 2 minutes, Mr. Nyirenda. Please go on and talk to Mr. Hamoonga.
Yeah, mine is very simple. The common one which I see a lot of our youth here and the people at large being affected. I would like to find out from the office how shishita is done. For example, like you have been arrested or have been found shishita by the police. They are supposed to arrest me and detain me. I come out tomorrow, or they are supposed to escort me based on the explanation that I'll give. And if there is a fine that I'm supposed to give as an admission of guilt for shishita, is there a prescribed fine that I'm supposed to give out? Is there a prescribed amount? Because some they'll just charge us anyhow, no repair, so I would like to find out. And is it a mandatory that I'm supposed to give the officer, or we are supposed to go and pay through the bank?
Thank you, Mr. Nyirenda.
So these are my questions. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Hamoonga?
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very important question, and let me explain it this thing time and again.
Yes.
Maybe to get it right.
Yes.
So the aspect of shishita is actually called loitering, meaning you are moving in an area where you're not supposed to be. So if you explain, for instance, say, I'm going to such a place, the ideal situation is that officers are supposed to, if you are near to where you're going, they're supposed to escort you, you go to where you're supposed to be.
That's the ideal situation.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what's supposed to be done. So it's not a question of you trying to be argumentative. It's a question of you explaining to the officers, well, officers, I'm coming from such a place and I'm going to such a place. And the place is very nearby, or explain where you're going. That's what's supposed to happen. And this is what we've time and again told the officers to do. So if there are issues that are happening and where people are not doing that, let it be brought to attention of the officer in charge of that particular police station, because they are not supposed to. For instance, if you are entering your yard, they're not supposed to get you out of your yard and take you where they're supposed to take you, maybe take you to the police station. That's not supposed to be.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I've heard, I don't know how true these situations, I've heard situations whereby people have got a pit latrine just somewhere outside. Nachoka mnyumba naenda using a pit latrine, pobwele banigwira. It's like, nachoka chimu toilet, nenda mnyumba.
No, it's just because, people are doing a lot of comedy now and people want likes on just the reasonable police officers that can arrest you within your yard. You are within your yard. How can somebody arrest you if you are coming from the house going to a pit latrine and then say that you have been arrested? Some of these things, when they talk about them, when we follow them, we find that they're not even true. Because some people are just trying to be funny and we make fun of the police, which is very unfortunate, of course. But what we are saying is our officers are we are there to protect the members of the public.
Yes.
So we are there to provide security. So if you are walking and then if you are patrolling and we find you, and then we ask you, where are you going? And then you give us a proper explanation that we are going to such a place. We are supposed to escort you and you go.
You're supposed to be escorted.
Exactly. And,
okay.
And allow you, even if not escort you, allow you to get to your place where you're going. Now, people that are shift workers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If you know you're a shift worker and you are you are living in a locality, introduce yourself to the police. That I work such a place, and for me, I work late hours. So that even if you find you, we already got an explanation and understanding of you. You know that criminals use all sorts of excuses.
Yes.
They'll use an excuse, say, no, I'm coming from work, whatever, and yet they want to steal from the same locality where they are patronizing. And people who actually been complain, say, police are not doing anything right for us. Maybe let me also finish the other. Is there a call?
Yeah, it says there's a caller.
Okay, maybe let me hold my thought.
Hi there, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, thank you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
This is Moses calling from Tendere.
What's it? Moses?
Yes.
Moses, please talk to Zambia police.
Good morning, Mr. Loitering.
Good morning.
What you are saying is Shishita, that's the way it's supposed to be. But our police, they are not, I don't know if they are looking just for money or what, because that doesn't happen. We just, when they find you, if you explain whatever, they will get you and you get into the cell, you come out tomorrow morning.
Even if you, has that ever happened to you where you've tried to explain to them, say, Nchoka kwaso, nienda kwaso?
Yes, last time they caught me, I was in a uniform. They caught me and my house is here by the police, but they refused and I slept there. And I came out in the morning.
Which police station is that?
Maybe let's have a conversation so that we can sort this thing. You are saying you are wearing uniform. What kind of uniform was that?
The uniform where I wear.
So now, have you introduced yourself that you work late hours?
Yes, I did that.
No. I mean, have you been to the police station to introduce yourself that I work late hours and I'm a late shift worker, so I knock off flight?
But the time they caught me, I explained that's when I'm knocking off.
No. I agree. I'm not disputing the fact that you are caught.
Let's have the conversation. Listen to Mr. Hamoonga as he's asking you questions and answer them as he's asking them.
My question is, have you taken time to go to the police station, like for instance, to introduce yourself that You are a shift worker and you wake off late.
No.
Okay, great. So this is what I'm saying. I'm saying, for instance, you see, when officers are patrolling, at times they could be overwhelmed with duties, so they may not have time to interrogate you there and then to explain. That's what I'm saying. If you know you are late, you're a shift worker, there's nothing wrong for you to go to a police station and introduce yourself as such, so that you are known.
Okay.
So that even when they find you in the night, they will not say you are just maybe bluffing or trying to find an excuse because you have been caught. So these things are things that you're supposed to do, so that officers know what kind of person you are. So even if you are found, you are able to say, oh, this person is like this. Mind you, at times we do have operations that we conduct. For instance, maybe we have issues of junkies in Mtendere. To say, where does the money go? Now, this money is supposed to be paid in a bank. That money should be paid in a bank. It's 87 or 9 quarters somewhere there. So this money has to be paid in a bank, and it must be 89 quarter, and it must be receipted. Okay, you must be given a government official receipt. So that money does not come to the officer and say, no, 50 kwacha. No. You're supposed to pay if you're found to be good.
If I'm picked up for shishita, for instance, I sleep in the cells and I am made to pay the 89 kwacha to the officer on duty. Is that officer on duty committing a crime?
No, you're not supposed to pay to the officer.
If the officer allows me to pay to them, is that officer committing a crime?
Both you and the officer are committing a crime.
Both you and the officer are committing a crime.
What you are essentially doing is actually you are robbing from the Zambian people.
Do the officers know they're not supposed to get money for shishita at the station?
Yes.
They know that.
They are not supposed to get the money in their personal capacity.
Their personal capacity.
But they are supposed to receive money on behalf of government as revenue.
So as a receipt from the bank?
No. I'm saying they are supposed to receive money as on behalf of government. That money which is paid is not for the officers put in their pockets.
Is it supposed to be given as cash to the officers, or I'm supposed to go and pay at the bank?
Supposed to go and pay at the bank.
Okay.
Deposit the money at the bank. Of course, some people may say, some officers may be kind enough to say, okay, give me the money, I give you the receipt, and I won't deposit the money at the bank. But they should give you an official receipt.
They should give you an official receipt.
Exactly.
Okay.
That money has to be receipted and it goes in the government coffer. It's not money for people to get and put in their pocket and do whatever they don't like with that.
Okay.
No.
But what we're getting from here is that if I was caught for shishita for some reason and I'm made to pay cash at the station and I'm not given a government official receipt, both the officer and you are committing a crime.
That is corrupt practice, yes.
Corrupt
practice. The one who's giving the officer, you are actually corrupting an officer. The officer who's receiving money can be charged for corruption as well.
Great. There are two numbers on the screen that you can use to give us a call. Hi there, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, thank you. Your name and where calling us from?
Gerard calling from Ndola.
Gerard from Ndola.
Yes.
Please talk to Zambia Police.
I have two issues.
Go on.
Hello?
Gerard. Go on, Gerard. We're listening.
Yeah. Two issues. The first one is in Ndola district. There's a lot of rehabilitation of roads, the rehabilitation and the upgrading of roads going on in Ndola. So most of the roads are closed. There is congestion. But our traffic officers like to go in the CBD of town to make roadblocks, especially during the peak hour. So please, I think at one time you even saw a provincial minister intervened. So it's like the only crime which is in Zambia is traffic offences, because there are so many traffic officers in the town. Sometimes minimum I'm always stopped by not less than 3 police officers. 3 times in a day, not less than 3 times. But does it mean there are no other offences where you can take these police officers? Is it also true that the traffic section is so lucrative such that all the officers must be taken there to the traffic offense, to the traffic section? Thirdly, why don't you transfer some of these those who have stayed long in the traffic section? They also go and save in the other section. Is it also true that the money that they receive, they share with their bosses? That's why they are so ruthless when they are on the street. Because there are certain offenses where you can just chat and they let a person go. But they are so ruthless and negotiable. No wonder maybe that word which is in the street that constable Takwatambano, maybe it's true because it's rare that you can negotiate with a constable. Those are my concerns because this concern was even on the social media when the minister actually intervened because it is too much in Ndola. It's too much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for coming through. There's a page called Showstar's House on Facebook. Please go to that page and give us a comment. We'll be able to read out the comments as we go. Please, you can take it up.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gerard from Dola, for your feedback. And that's what we like to hear from members of the public so that we can respond appropriately or even put up measures that will correct the situation. Now, you have rightly put it that Ndola is under rehabilitation, and now that calls for patience among us drivers. Now, because there is a lot of congestion, doesn't mean you have to now start driving in the opposite lane. Because if you're going to drive in the opposite lane, then it means you're calling for problems, and then, of course, you can be arrested and charged you for dangerous driving. You're not supposed to drive in the opposite lane. So you need to really remain patient and drive in a normal way so that you don't have accidents. Now, traffic officers going in the CBD. Now, let me make it very clear here. Jack, you should understand that traffic officers are trained to work on the road. There's no other place where you're going to see traffic officers working from. That is their office. What makes us to go on the road as traffic officers is the fact that we look at the accidents that we're having, look at the deaths that we have in our country. That is what necessitates us to even apply more officers to go on the road just in an effort to try and reduce the number of fatalities that are happening on our roads. Because if you look at the statistics, they are not pleasing. They are very, very worrying. We have a lot of fatal accidents that are happening on our roads because of driver negligence. Okay, so our drivers on the road, they are not driving well. They want to be monitored. For you to wear a seatbelt, you have to see a traffic officer. But when you crash, who dies?
It's you, actually. It's not the officer.
And then who's being blamed? It's the police. So what do? We need to work together. It's not a question of saying when you see a traffic officer, you get upset. No, you're not supposed to get upset. The traffic officers that you see on the road actually are there to protect your life. How do they protect your life? They are there to